Superman, never begins. Superman is given to take a show. But this is also a video of S.H.Figuarts.
What is up, people of YouTube? It is I, the Mario Bros. 17, or you can call me Viddy, and today we're taking a look at the S.H.Figuarts Superman from the Injustice Gods Among Us video game. The not the insurgency version, but you know, the bad guy version. But anyway, some people like this figure, some people don't. Me personally, I like it, but it does have flaws. But anyway, let's not waste any more time and take a look at the sculpt. When it comes to the overall looks, Superman does look pretty damn good. Although, it still does not look perfect, for reasons that I will explain in a sec. But even ignoring those, what's done right is done right. Superman's face looks pretty good, but I don't think it perfectly resembles the in-game model. But, you know, it could look a little bit better, but it still looks okay. However, the eyes, unlike the previous figures, Batman, Joker, and Harley Quinn, the eyes are not sculpted but rather painted on. I'll get into more of that in the paint jobs section, but still, other than that, it looks fine. The S is very well done, and there's pretty much no complaints about it. And everywhere the muscles had to be, again, it looks pretty good. But even then, some of the muscles are not actually muscles. Rather, they're just metallic parts from the suit he wore in the game, just like you'll see on the legs. Again, it looks pretty nice. The cape itself also looks good, but it's mostly because, you know, it's a plastic cape. There's a flaw with this thing in the paint job section, but I'll get into that when the paint job comes up. But it also has the same issues as Batman's cape, which I'll get into later. Trust me. While sculpt is not perfect, it still will get a thumbs up for me. The paint job is pretty good too. The hair does indeed have black in it, which does look good. And the eyes, like I said before, are painted on. But here's the problem. They don't look like real eyes, because, well, you look at it more closely, it just looks kind of weird. It would have been better off if they actually sculpted it. Also, there's red around the eyes. That should have been on the heat vision eyes, but no, it's like here for some reason. So yeah, the paint job is not technically perfect on the face. So yeah, if there's one thing I love is a metallic paint job. When you give me a metallic paint job, it looks very awesome. You got a nice metallic red on this part of the logo, and as well as on the shoulder pads. Again, it looks good. However, there's one problem. This part of the cowl, well, not the cowl, but you know, this part right here between the logo and the shoulder pad, it does not have a metallic red to it. So yeah, we got another problem: inconsistent paint. Also, on my logo, you can see a chip. And I bought this figure new, by the way. Here we go with another dose of the inconsistent paint job with a non-metallic red over here. And the knees are metallic. What does that tell you? I'm not making this stuff up, people. If you can't just have two different reds. The blue is also slightly metallic, but not really. Though, however, if you're going to make the red metallic, why not make the blue metallic too? But still, the blue, it looks fine. But that's not all. If you look at the cape, we even have a bigger problem with the paint. This cape is a completely different red out of the cowl. So yeah, the cape is not a metallic red, and even so, if you're gonna make it this red, the whole body should be, you know, this red, because a metallic cape will look kind of weird. But still. This is like the worst part about the figure. The cape looks like a brownish red, while this one is while on the cowl and the logo, it looks like a metallic red. So what the hell's up with this? I have no idea. You're gonna have to ask Bandai or Tamashii Nations about that. So it's pretty disappointing if you ask me. But again, paint job, it's not terrible, but it is pretty inconsistent. Articulation. It's not perfect, but still, it does work. But you'll see what I mean later. First up, the head. It's on a ball joint. A ball hit, though it's not on the ball hinge like Dragon Ball Z, and like Batman, the articulation is mostly coming out of the neck. I mean, the head part is not as restricted like Batman's, so yeah, but still, again, most of the articulation just comes out of the neck, and when you have them look all the way up, look at that, it just looks kind of weird. So yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that. The shoulder pads are on ball joints to hide the obvious gap. So there's that. The body. There is a ball joint here, and a ball joint here. However, we have another problem. We have gaps, as you can see right there. Pretty perfect, if you ask me. The arms, they don't have the same problem as Batman. That's not the problem. But the arms have a ball hinge. Well, not really. And the elbow is not. At least I don't think it is. Oh, okay. It's not technically. Well, actually, it is double jointed, but you only get this much range of movement out of it. So is that. The hands are on a ball hinge. Also, here's the problem. There's no bicep swivel. Where is it? You gotta be kidding me. This is your bicep swivel? Now here's the thing. Here's the thing that this is a problem. With the Joker, it worked because you could technically twist the whole arm around to make it act as your bicep swivel. But on Superman, no, it doesn't work because his arms are more muscular, so that prohibits some articulation, and so you can't have him like flexing his arm or anything. So yeah, that's a problem, and most of the articulation relies out of this butterfly joint right here. So yeah, and that's even a larger issue. So yeah, arm articulation, it's not that great. Legs on the ball joint have a typical Figuarts pull down style hinge to give it more range, but with the pull down style hinge, this is as far as the leg can go. I'm going as far as I can, but this is as far as it's allowing me, and it can't really move back that much either. Great use of articulation, guys. It's great. Superman, I gotta tell you something. Batman and Joker had more range of movement than you. Hell, even Harley Quinn. The legs can also swivel. The knees are on a double joint, so you get okay range of movement out of this. Well, good range of movement, like if you see there. However, Superman has the same problem as Harley Quinn. Never mind. I just found out it had a pivot. Apparently, it just did not want to move for me. Thanks. There should be an ankle rocker. And the toes, they're on the hinge. However, they look ugly. You see that? That doesn't look very pretty now, doesn't it? And there's also metal tubes sticking out of the thing. Oh, that's fan-frickin-tastic. I'm just kidding. No, it's not. The cape, like Batman, also has the same flaws. Look at how bad this looks. You don't want this. You just don't want this. And on the back, again, it just looks weird. I mean, it's not as bad because Superman does not need to have, his cape like spread out this far to glide. But still, what happens if you want to? You're shit out of luck. The hinge, the single hinge is also here, but it's not as bad. It's not as bad as Batman's because it's not loose. It can actually stay in there pretty tight. So there's that. That's pretty much the only benefit that this cape has. I hate the hard plastic capes. They suck and they're cheap. Articulation's going to lose some points. For size comparison, we have the S.H.Figuarts Batman and the Marvel Legends Scarlet Spider-Man. As you can see, sizing is pretty good. So yeah, I have no problem with the scale. If you want to create your Injustice display, you got it. Don't worry. Accessory time. Is that all it comes with? Yep, that's pretty much all it comes with. Anyway, let's do it. Anyway, the hands. So the hands, yeah. They're open palm hands. They look fine. No issues. However, I actually had an experience. This hand, I switched on to that one. The ball hinge actually got stuck on the hand, so I had to get a tool to take the ball joint out. So do be wary if that happens, because I'm not sure if that's on my figure or not. We also have a yelling face, but the eyes have an inconsistent paint job with that one, and also this one has like a smaller pupil. It looks like. And also, it also looks cross-eyed and derpy. That's great. Yeah. Pretty perfect. The laser vision eyes are okay, but I think it would have been better to have more of a reddish, to have more red and orange on here, and maybe a bit of translucency, because it doesn't look great the way it is. So accessories are also not that good. So what's the final verdict on the S.H.Figuarts Superman? Sculpt is good, paint job inconsistent, articulation not the best. Enough said. And accessories and accessories not the best. Enough said. Again. With that said, this figure will get a 3.5 out of 5. This is not the best Superman figure out there. Would I recommend this to you? If you're a Superman fan and an Injustice Gods Among Us fan, go right ahead. But honestly, if you're not into that stuff, I suggest you skip this figure and not pick it up, because honestly, there are better Superman figures than this, and not to mention. Not to mention, I gotta be honest, the Injustice line is actually one of my least favorite lines, because the figures are just not that great. Batman was like the worst out of all of them, but that's probably because he was the first. Joker was pretty good. I didn't mind him. Harley Quinn was the best figure in the line, in my opinion. Superman, I had to say he's on a least level than Batman. To be perfectly honest with you. But I think I've rambled on enough. I'm the Mario Bros. 17, and I am out. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment.